painful. I've had some work done on me and terrible.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call the Morgan County Board of Zoning Appeals meeting for August 22nd, 2022 to order. We do have a quorum this evening with 3 members present, Mr. Rumball and Mr. Crone are both not in attendance with us this evening. If you could all stand and I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all very much. We have approval of the minutes on our agenda. However, we did not receive copies of our minutes from our last meeting. Those will be coming in our next packet, so we're going to pass on that. A copy of the agenda was sent out to us in advance of the meeting. Are there any changes to the agenda?
No, I haven't.
If not, open for a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make the motion, we approve the agenda.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
That's approved. Thank you very much. Mr. Peden, would you mind swearing in our participants this evening?
This is the quasi-judicial proceeding, so when you address the board, you give the testimony and the witness. You must be sworn in, and you talk before. So, if you go, ready to testify. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Thank you, Mr. Peden. Under new business this evening, we have 2 items on the agenda. Is there any reason why we can't hear both these items combined from the same petitioner? Thank you. Any objections from the board members?
No.
Okay. So we're going to hear both public hearing D-22-15. Melissa Dalton is requesting a development standard variance to reduce the side yard setback for a primary dwelling. The property is located at 2359 North Schuler Road in Ashland Township and is zoned for ag. And also public hearing D-22-16. Melissa Dalton is requesting a development standard variance to reduce the minimum square footage required for a primary dwelling. The property is located at 2359 North Schuler Road in Ashland Township and is zoned for ag. And for this, we have the applicant, Melissa Dalton, signed up to speak, I'm sure. Yep. All right. So, Melissa, if you could come up to the microphone and start out by giving us your name and your address. And then we're going to hear, no, you're all right. We're going to hear 2 things here, both things that you applied for, the side yard setback and the reduced living area. So if you could, tell the board why you need the variance and why the board should approve that.
Okay. My name is Melissa Dalton. I live at 2359 North Schuler Road, Perrigan, Indiana, 46166. I have a side yard variance setback. Basically, my uncle and his wife and my mom and my dad, cousins. So we went ahead and bought this huge farm. When I was a kid, they bought it. We ended up they had a house there. So we ended up living in a trailer, and it was close to the boundary line. For what reason, I have no idea, but it was there. And so Dad started building the house on. Eventually, he moved the trailer away, and that is why the house is sitting there. It's just, that's the way it was built.
Okay.
And for the other one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The reduced living area, it was originally for a dog grooming business. So my dad had built that, and I ended up not going through all the program due to mental disabilities. So my sister ended up living in there, and then Dad never really, got it any larger because it was just one single person. So he just went ahead and, put all the piping and everything that needed to be in there. And so I'm at the point now where I need to fix my house up, so I need to sell that in order to accumulate some money to fix mine up.
Questions from the board members?
When are you planning on starting to do this?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible?
Yes, I've got someone kind of lined up, but this has to go into effect before I can get a surveyor out there.
Going to be all outside contractors doing the work and stuff?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then you're going to be living in this?
I am still living in my house, my current house, from the side yard variance.
Okay. Is the house from the side yard variance and the one for the reduced living space the same building?
No, it's a separate building.
Okay. Who's going to be living in the separate building?
I have a second cousin who wants to buy the place, and she's gonna use it as like, what do you call it, like a summer home or a vacation home. So she doesn't need a lot of room, just something to get away from home, I guess, and
She won't be living there all
not
the time.
permanently. I mean, she'll be owning it permanently, but she'll be coming back and forth, you know, when she wants to just get away or on the weekends or something like that.
Okay.
Nobody at all be living in it on a permanent basis then, right?
Not permanent, no.
Any other questions?
No.
Brad?
No, I have nothing other than that. One more question real
Yes.
quick. The maintenance and stuff of it, she's going to be responsible for all the maintenance, or is that
Yes.
going to fall back on you?
No, once I sell it, it's hers, and she's gotta do everything herself.
Maintenance and upkeep of it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, I don't have
None.
anything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we have no one else signed up to speak in favor of, in opposition to, or in support of. First, for the side yard setback. It is a development standards variance, and we have to agree that the applicant meets the following findings and facts. First one makes a statement, purpose of the variance, describe the proposed use of the property, type of use, hours of operations, access, necessary construction, employees, et cetera. And the applicant wrote, property line setback, continue to live there as resident. Under section 2, standards for evaluation, 2.1 makes a statement, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community. The applicant indicates that's true and has written, this is a residential use currently and will continue to be used for residential. Under 2.2, the statement is the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. The applicant notes that that's also true and writes, I've lived here for 51 years and have no problems with my cousins. The property has been split for more than 20 years. And lastly, under 2.3, the statement is the strict application of the terms of the ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. The applicant has indicated that that statement is true and writes, if I don't get approved, then I'll have to live here until I die and won't be able to sell the property. And for the technical reports, the surveyor reviewed and made no comment. The health department states that they have no proposed objections to the proposed development standards variance. And for staff's report, they recommend approval on this. Or they support the petitioner's request, I guess I should say. Gentlemen, discussion on this first one?
No, considering the situation, I don't see a problem with it myself.
I would agree. Jerry, any
I don't-
comment?
I don't have anything against it. I think it's a good move.
Okay. Any other discussion?
No.
Open for a motion.
Make a motion, we approve petitions D-22-15 and D-22-16, based on the finding of the facts.
Well, we haven't read 16 yet, but I'll do that
Oh.
one next. I'm sorry, I said
Okay.
we do them both, but I just want to kind of
Okay,
go through them one at a time.
let's go with the 15. I'll rescind that and just put the motion for item number D-22-15 only.
Thank you. So a motion to approve without any conditions. A second to that?
I'll do it.
Thank you. A motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's approved. For the second one, for the reduced living area, that is D-22-16. Again, the development standard variance, under number 1, the applicant writes, reduced living area of existing cottage. Under section 2, the standards for evaluation, the approval will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community, and the applicant indicates that's a true statement, and writes, this is a residential use currently and will continue to be used for residential. Under 2.2, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner. The applicant indicates that also is a true statement and has written there are fields on the side and front of the structure. Cannot foresee any problem with the owners of the fields. Under 2.3, the strict application of the terms of the ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property, and the applicant indicates that's also a true statement and writes, if I don't get approved, I will not be able to sell the house. For the technical reports, the surveyor has reviewed and makes no comment. The health department, again, states they have no objections, and staff supports the petitioner's request to reduce the minimum living area to 576 square feet. Open for discussion on this one. Any discussion, gentlemen?
No, I haven't.
I have nothing to say about it.
I don't either, but I agree with staff's recommendation. Open for a motion on that one?
I'll make a motion, we approve petition D-22-16 this time,
Thank you.
based on the finding of the facts and staff report.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a second. Thank you. All in favor, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
That is approved also. So you're all set to go. Thank you.
Good luck.
Hopefully you won't have to live there until you die now, unless you want to. Mr. Peden, do we have a BZA attorney's report this evening? No, thank you. Ms. Parker, do we have a plan director report this evening? Okay, is that the one that was continued previously? Thank you. Are you going to send that information out again? Thank you. All right, we have nothing else. Any other business to be conducted this evening, gentlemen?
None.
Nope.
I don't have any.
Open for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say, raise your hand. Say